This is a giant clamp. It's used in the heavy bench vise. And you'll see this area here has a groove here and a groove to match it over here in the bottom. They're both the same, the bottom groove. And then the second step up, this is the full length and this one's only about an inch long. So when you're clamping your slide and pinching it together to make it spring tighter or bend it so it'll be tighter, the straight same on both sides as the bottom. And if one side it needs to be bent in a little more than the other one, you just raise it up to the second step, and the area that needs to be bent in will be bent in by this narrower piece here. If you're building a gun from scratch, you don't have to worry about marring the finish on it, and you can use it like that. But if you have to have a gun that's already finished, you can support these rails with a piece of paper, and that keeps it from marring the finish on the gun. So we don't know exactly what we got yet, other than it's loose and on the gun whenever you put it on the frame. So you use this clock method. This end is the operating handle, will be a little past 3 o'clock. We'll tighten it down to 6. And it didn't feel like it bent anything, so I'm going to go to 8. There's about 8 o'clock. That's clamping that real tight together. Be real cautious when you're tightening this, because on the back area you have the notch there. It's cut out for your safety, and if you overdo it, you'll actually bend it on the back corner. So you don't want to do too much. So we was at 8 o'clock a while ago. We're going to go ahead and tighten it down to 9. Trial and error. You keep tightening it until it fits tight on the frame. When you look down the slide, you'll see it squeezed in at the back more than it is at the front. But that's the way it's used. Tighten it at the back, and you can move up that same distance. Tighten it again here. 9 o'clock. There's 9 o'clock. You got to be careful when you get up in this area here. It's less supported and it'll bend it more. So you might not want to tighten it quite that tight here. And then if you overdo it, then we use the spreader bars. Put the spreader bars in the vise. Now these will work on the other models besides the 1911s. Right there you are. Use the same idea with the clock method. There's about 7 o'clock. Look down it. You didn't get quite enough. You can always try it over here, and of course see if it's too tight it won't go on. So you give it a little bit more spread, just in the area where it's tight. There's about 9:30. You have to be very careful when you do this by trial and error, but there's your slide spreader and your oversized rail tightener clamp.